is aligned with the orbit of the Earth around the Sun, and it will get extremely close to the inner planets like for example, Jupiter, Mars, or Venus. It will arrive closest to the Sun when the Earth is on the opposite side. So we won't be able to look at it. The chance of this trajectory is less than 0.2% to be aligned with the orbit of the Earth around the Sun, less than 1 part in 20,000 to arrive so close to the other planet.
The solar system just got an uninvited guest, and this thing is a monster. Scientists have now confirmed its name, 3IATLAS, the third official interstellar object ever spotted. Its orbit is way off the charts, flying in on a one-time visit before blasting back out into deep space forever. Detailed images from the Vera Rubin Observatory show this beast is about 7 miles wide, by far the biggest interstellar traveler ever detected. It makes Borisov, barely half a mile across, and Oumuamua, a measly fifth of a mile long, look like pebbles. But here's where things get wild. A research team discovered that 3IATLAS is loaded with water ice and organic molecules, the very building blocks of life. NASA's Infrared Telescope facility and Gemini South both caught clear chemical fingerprints. Freshwater ice mixed with carbon-rich minerals and silicates. Even crazier, the water is chemically pure. It doesn't have the heavy isotopic traces we see in comets born inside our own solar system. That means this frozen cargo could have been locked in over 7 billion years ago, long before Earth even existed. Think about that. We're staring at a frozen time capsule from an alien planetary nursery, carrying untouched ingredients from another star's birth disk. To scientists, this screams comet. But not everyone's buying that neat explanation. Some whisper it's too clean, too strange, too perfectly timed. So is 3IATLAS just a comet? Or could it be something else entirely? 3IATLAS isn't just drifting. It's tearing through the solar system at nearly 130,000 miles per hour. This cosmic bullet is on a steep retrograde path, crashing straight into our neighborhood from the opposite direction of the planets. Astronomers are circling dates on the calendar because this comet's journey is about to put on a show. October 3rd, 2025, Mars flyby. Just after sunrise over Valles Marineris, the comet will streak past the red planet, only 18 million miles away. Spacecraft like Maven and Tianwen-1 are expected to capture its dusty coma glowing faintly pink against the Martian sky, a once-in-a-lifetime sight. October 29th, 2025, perihelion. 4 weeks later, Atlas will swing behind the Sun, skimming to just 130 million miles from its fiery surface. Its speed will spike to a jaw-dropping 152,000 miles per hour. Earth telescopes will lose sight of it in the solar glare, but probes near Mars and L1 will still be watching as geysers of vapor explode from its newly heated crust. December 19th, 2025. Earth check. With its glowing tail stretched wide across space, 3IATLAS will drift past Earth at a safe 170 million miles. Too far to see with the naked eye, but perfect for the James Webb and Rubin Observatory to scan its chemical makeup for hidden surprises. March 16th, 2026. Jupiter encounter. The final act. Atlas will soar just 33 million miles above Jupiter's cloud tops. And if NASA gives the green light, the Juno spacecraft might swing out and dive straight into the comet's dust stream, giving us our first ever up-close look at material forged beyond the Sun. After that, this mysterious wanderer will vanish back into interstellar space, leaving behind nothing but mountains of data, shocking images, and endless questions. But here's where things get truly unsettling. Even before the data is fully analyzed, some scientists are asking a shocking question. Could Atlas actually be alien tech in disguise? Harvard professor Avi Loeb, never afraid to stir debate, says we can't rule it out. In a recent blog post, Loeb pointed to strange Hubble images that show a luminous glow forming ahead of Atlas as it rushes toward the Sun. Normally, comets grow long tails trailing behind them, but in this case, the pictures reveal no clear cometary tail at all. That bizarre detail instantly set off alarms for Loeb. Could the object itself be producing light? He asked. And from there, he floated two jaw-dropping possibilities. First, maybe 3IATLAS is actually a fragment of a supernova's core, still sizzling with radioactive material and literally glowing from within. Second, and far more controversial, maybe it's a nuclear-powered spacecraft pushing through interstellar space with dust caught on its bow like dirt on a windshield. Either way, the suggestion is wild. Atlas might not just be a frozen rock. It could be a piece of dangerous alien hardware flying right through our backyard. Even Avi Loeb admits his ideas sound extreme. The supernova fragment is highly improbable, and the nuclear spacecraft theory needs way more proof. But that hasn't stopped him from pressing the question. Recently, he co-authored a paper titled, "Is the Interstellar Object 3IATLAS Alien Technology?" And the arguments inside are explosive. Loeb notes that Atlas's massive size could easily hide advanced instruments tucked inside. He even pulls in the chilling dark forest hypothesis, the idea that alien civilizations might stay hidden out of fear of predators more powerful than themselves. Could Atlas be a probe in disguise, silently scanning and eavesdropping on our solar system? He points out its unusually high incoming speed and steep retrograde angle, movements that look more like engineering choices than random chance. Even stranger, its path just happens to swing close to Venus, Mars, and Jupiter. Coincidence, or part of a planned flyby route? Loeb warns that humans have already done the same thing, with Voyagers 1 and 2 and Pioneers 10 and 11 now roaming interstellar space as our own galactic explorers. Why wouldn't another civilization do it too? And here's the detail that really makes people uneasy. Atlas will reach perihelion on the far side of the Sun, hidden from Earth-based telescopes when it's at its brightest. If intentional, that positioning could shield both the object and anything it might release toward Earth from being closely watched. Loeb even estimates Atlas first slipped past the solar system's edge 8,000 years ago, meaning it could have been coasting in, unnoticed, for millennia. While Loeb's claims spark controversy, other scientists are fighting back hard. Many astronomers insist there's nothing alien about ATLAS at all. They point to strong spectroscopic readings that scream comet, not spacecraft. A team from the European Southern Observatory argues the glow ahead of Atlas is simply sunlight scattering off a dense cloud of gas and dust. Perfectly natural. NASA researchers add that comets don't always grow tails in predictable ways. Depending on rotation and surface vents, jets can shoot out in strange directions, sometimes even forward-facing. In their eyes, Loeb's alien tech angle is exciting, but way too far-fetched. Still, not everyone is convinced, because the data keeps raising eyebrows. Atlas isn't just big, it's behaving weirdly. Its brightness has been flickering in ways scientists can't fully explain. Instead of steadily glowing as it heats up, it pulses, almost like a signal. Some researchers say this could be caused by uneven jets erupting across its crust, but others quietly admit the light pattern looks unnervingly organized. Could it really be broadcasting? Even stranger, the chemical mix on Atlas doesn't perfectly match any comet seen before. The water is ancient, the minerals exotic, and the isotopes don't quite line up with standard comet families. Natural or not, this object is rewriting what we thought we knew about interstellar visitors. And then there's the question nobody wants to ask out loud. What if Atlas is watching us? Loeb's paper hints at surveillance, but the details are chilling. If it really is some type of disguised probe, it picked a master plan. Cruise by Mars, skim near Venus, drift past Earth, then cut close to Jupiter before slipping away forever. That path alone would give a full scan of the solar system's major players, including us. And the timing? Some experts whisper that Atlas arriving in the mid-2020s, just as humanity hits a new technological peak with AI, quantum computing, and advanced telescopes, feels a little too perfect. Coincidence or contact? Governments are definitely paying attention. While NASA and ESA stick to the safe comet label in press releases, leaks suggest behind-the-scenes worry. Rumors swirl that classified satellites are tracking Atlas more closely than they admit, scanning for any sign of radio output or unusual motion. Some even claim defense agencies are running what-if scenarios, modeling how Earth should react if the object suddenly changes course or deploys something. The official stance remains calm, but history shows authorities downplay risks until they can't anymore. Whether comet or craft, Atlas is racing toward the inner solar system, and the next few months could decide whether this is just another icy wanderer, or proof we're not alone. Meanwhile, astronomers are bracing for a data flood. Every major telescope on Earth is lining up to catch Atlas at its closest approach. The James Webb Telescope, Rubin Observatory, Hubble, even smaller ground-based arrays. All of them are gearing up to peel back its secrets. If the object really is a comet, it will be the cleanest, most ancient sample of interstellar ice ever observed. But if there's even a shred of artificiality, odd metals, organized pulses, unnatural heat signatures, it could become the most explosive discovery in human history. Scientists know the stakes. One false move, and this could flip from a scientific triumph into global panic overnight. And yet, the mystery deepens. Atlas has already done one thing nobody expected. It survived the intense heating of its first solar approach without breaking apart. Smaller comets like Borisov and even Oumuamua showed clear signs of stress, cracking, or fragmenting under pressure. But Atlas? It stayed intact. Almost too intact. To skeptics, this proves it's just an unusually tough ice rock. But to believers, it's a chilling sign of deliberate design. A structure strong enough to shrug off the sun's radiation and keep going? That doesn't sound like random chance. As it now heads toward its Jupiter flyby, the world waits on edge. Is this the final act of a natural comet, or the reveal of something engineered far beyond us? Whatever the truth is, one thing's certain. 3IATLAS has shaken science to its core. If it's just a comet, then it's the largest, oldest, most pristine interstellar comet ever seen, carrying frozen secrets from a star system that died billions of years ago. But if Avi Loeb and the believers are even partly right, then this might be something far bigger. A probe, a signal, or even alien hardware sliding through our system under our noses. Either way, Atlas isn't just a space rock. It's a wake-up call that the universe is wilder and stranger than we imagined. And remember, this drama is still unfolding. In the months ahead, as Atlas swings past Mars, glows behind the Sun, skims Earth's orbit, and cuts close to Jupiter, every new image could bring shocking answers, or even scarier questions. Will it confirm what scientists expect, or expose something we were never meant to see? And here's the part nobody wants to admit. If 3IATLAS really is artificial, then someone out there already knows we exist. Think about it. This object would have entered the solar system nearly 8,000 years ago. That's long before pyramids, long before recorded history. If it's a probe, it's been waiting, drifting silently until now, just when our technology finally catches up enough to notice its secrets. Coincidence or timing? Some researchers whisper that maybe we didn't just find Atlas. Maybe Atlas found us. And if that's true, the question becomes terrifyingly simple. What happens next? The universe has always felt quiet, too quiet. But maybe that silence was never empty. Maybe it was just waiting for the right moment to break. And now, as Atlas streaks through the inner system, glowing, intact, and impossible to ignore, that moment might finally be here. And here's a chilling coincidence. 3IATLAS would have slipped into the solar system roughly 8,000 years ago, right around the time humans first began recording history. Avi Loeb leaves the significance of that timing unsaid, but the thought alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. Meanwhile, his colleagues point out a stubborn detail. Atlas still isn't behaving like a textbook comet. Spectral scans haven't detected the usual gases, cyanogen, diatomic carbon, the volatile fingerprints that normally hang in a comet's coma. That silence leaves its true nature hanging in mystery. Could ATLAS really be alien hardware? Most experts say no. Since discovery, astronomers have piled up observation after observation, and almost all of them point toward a natural comet. The images show faint dust jets, the kind you'd expect when sunlight warms an icy surface. The missing gases? Scientists say it's simply too early. Atlas is still far out in the cold, and comets rarely advertise those glowing vapors until they dive deeper into the inner system. Over the next few months, those telltale emissions should appear. If Atlas really is nothing more than an ancient, icy wanderer. But until then, the door to darker possibilities stays wide open. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, because this mystery is only getting started, and you won't want to miss what happens next.